Hello and welcome back to my channel after such a long time away, and I will talk a little bit more about what I've been doing because I've been doing some stuff. It's been an exciting time, but I want to talk about something quite specific today, something that's very related to the fact that I am back on YouTube, and also the fact that we've just bought a flat. That's kind of like a little sneaky life update there for you. We bought a flat, so we still have this one because we are still renting this one, and we don't move out until we have to be out on the 11th. So we're just sort of taking our time with the new place and sprucing it up, giving it a lick of paint and making it look all nice is the idea. But essentially, over the time that we have been apart, me and you, there have been quite a few changes in my life. A lot of symbols of new starts. And I have found the concept of new starts very seductive for quite a long time. So ever since I was a little girl, really, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's a new year, a new month, a Monday, a new dress, rearranging my room, that was a big one. Anything new was a symbol of a fresh beginning and a new start. And the concept the idea of a new start to me was like the best feeling, the most motivational thing ever. And this is one of the reasons I think that I bought so much stuff, because it was like I was buying. It was like a really easy way to access that feeling of motivation that a new start gives you, because I associate so strongly the new thing with the new start. I would just get all the new starts in, and I would have this brief feeling of like, new me, it's a new me with a new dress, or a new me with these new pair of shoes, or a new organizational system, or whatever it was. God, new notebook, that was a massive one. And so I would collect these things, these symbols of new starts, because they made me feel a certain way. And then the funniest thing's been happening over the past few weeks, in that I've really wanted to start back on YouTube. I've really wanted to sit back in front of a camera and chat to you guys, and I want to get back in, and I want to get committed, and I want to start again. I've been so excited to do it, but I've been waiting. I've had this feeling of waiting, like it's not time. I don't feel it is currently time. You know, I'm either motivated or I'm not motivated. There's sort of the two. It's like a binary on-off thing. But it was this concept of like, I knew I wanted to do it and I was excited to do it, but I didn't. I just didn't. And the more I thought about it, I was thinking about what was I waiting for? And I realized that I was waiting for me to become somebody else. I was waiting for the next new start to happen. And I wanted to be someone who was more eloquent, or who had better skin, or who was more capable, who was less easily distracted, who didn't procrastinate as much. All of these things about myself that I didn't like so much, I focused on them, and I was like, no. When you are rid of all of those things, that's when it's time. That's when it's time to sit in front of the camera and actually start again. So I started looking at some research and trying to work out why this was the case, why new starts was such a big deal for me. Because interestingly as well, I feel I'm okay with New Year's resolutions. Like, I understand that New Year's resolutions aren't necessarily effective. But when it comes to my own little landmarks, that's when I find I invest a lot into. So, if it's a Monday, or even if I just decide, you know what, Carmen, tomorrow it might be Wednesday, but it's your new start. And I have this concept of a new start being so important, and some sort of like, I don't know, it's like I've put all of my faith in these new starts rather than putting them in myself almost. So I did a little bit of research, and it's very much a human thing, I think, because there's like sort of the born again Christian. There's lots of like religious ceremonies which are about, like ridding yourself of your sins and starting the rebirth of like the new you. And it's quite an across the board thing that people tend to associate important calendar events, whether that's important to them or like a socially constructed thing, they associate that with aspirational behavior. So this idea of beginning the journey towards some sort of goal, something that they want to achieve. And there's loads of research that suggests that people are more likely to start working towards things on a Monday, which I know it's almost like a meme. It's like too conventional to even be worth mentioning in some ways, but it's really interesting how common this is, you know. I think it's fundamentally a very human thing. And I was reading this paper on it, which I'll link in the description in case anyone wants to check it out. But they offer two explanations as to why this might be the case. And the first one is, it sort of goes with the kind of born again Christian thing, which is this idea of like separation of self. So there's past you, which is associated with your failures and any sort of inadequacies or imperfections. That was who you were. And the idea of a new start means that you are distant from that person. So, you know, you made that mistake, or yes, you know, you didn't try as hard as you could have on this thing, but that's not who you are now because it's Monday. And so you can look forward into the future and to being the person who you are, who you will be. And the second explanation they give is when you think in terms of special occasions or days that you have marked as something special, whether that's like socially or just in your life, it encourages a much more like big picture way of thinking. So, you know, you can get stuck on the treadmill of life, just thinking about the minutiae every single day. You know, you get up, you go to work, you do this, you do that, kind of running on habits. When you have a day that you've marked as something significant, it kind of shifts your perspective, like you zoom out of the situation and you can view the timeline of your life a little bit more differently. And when you are zoomed out enough to be able to see where you've been and where you are going, it can encourage you to feel more motivated because you can see how far you've come and how far you could go if you behaved in a certain way. So I think the most interesting part of this is just the fact that the fresh start effect really does work. So, you know, yes, with a New Year's resolution, you are trying to maintain a habit for an entire year, and that's kind of a big ask of somebody. But if we take the success of the fresh start effect as the initial burst of motivation, then absolutely, you know, if you start something January 1st, then even if you only maintain it for like 5 days, the fact that you are doing something in that time that you didn't do, you know, December 11th, then there is some relevance to that. But what I found really interesting about my sort of journey back to YouTube is the fact that I was so caught up on my inadequacies that I was just patiently waiting to become someone else, to become better and a new version of me. You know, I just felt very much kind of swamped by the concept almost of my past self. Like I felt very much in past me, and I was waiting very patiently to become the new me. So it was like I wanted a new start. And obviously one of the key concepts of minimalism is that you are trying to detach yourself from physical objects, from symbols of things, and trying to see things a little bit more for what they actually are. But it's like I forgot that over the past few weeks. And obviously when you haven't done something for a while, the idea of restarting it always feels a little bit intimidating. So I'm guessing there was an element of fear perhaps there as well. But I also think a very large part of it is if you are trying to do something that you don't feel worthy of, like if you want to be a success, but you don't feel worthy of success, then you might have this feeling of waiting to become somebody who is worthy. Like you have this idea of who you could be, and you want to move towards it because that person deserves all of the things that you want. So I think this idea of, you know, past self, current self, and future self is very affected by your self-esteem, I guess, like how you actually see yourself. If you do not see yourself as someone who's deserving of the things that future self will hopefully have, then you're not going to work towards those things. You're going to wait till you become someone who is worthy of the things that you want to achieve. And I definitely felt an element of that over the past few weeks. And I think I just want to say, if you are feeling any way like that, then you are absolutely worthy. You absolutely deserve it. You can do it. But the trick to being able to do something is doing it. And it might mean doing it badly, and then you do it a little bit better the next time, and then a little bit better again. But action is always the route to success. It came out a lot more strapliney than I was thinking it would. But anyway, I'm back. It's just, there's been loads of exciting things happening, and I'm so excited to show you. I have been filming stuff like over the time I've been away, so I just want to show you those things in a video. And I've been working a lot on my music, and that's going quite well at the moment. Sort of imposter syndrome inducing well, which is a positive thing, but I'm also dealing with it a lot better this time, so that's really good. And of course there's the new flat as well, which I'll show you in a video. I'll show you a few like before and after things, because we've done quite a lot of work to it. Yeah, it's an exciting time, but I hope you are doing well, and I just want to thank you as well just for being so patient with me. I know consistency is an important thing in the people who we spend time with on the internet. I know that I certainly appreciate that in the people that I watch, and I haven't been able to offer that. So thank you so much for your patience, and I am, as always, trying to be better. I hope you're doing well, and I look forward to speaking with you down in the comments. So let me know what you thought about this video, and I shall see you in my next one. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you later.
Branded, your position, heartfelt, social condition, not bad, but I have it any other way. Day and night, it's not the same as being wrong, right? There are surely grays, but sometimes the sanity is easy and something's